Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're exploring the fascinating, high stakes journey of becoming a urologist. We're going to map out the entire career roadmap, from the very first educational hurdles you'll face, all the way to your day to day professional life, salary expectations, and some seriously massive growth opportunities. If you've ever wondered exactly what it takes to wield the scalpel in this highly specialized field, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's start with the absolute basics, right? What this job actually is. Now, a urologist isn't just a general doctor. They are highly trained specialists who focus in on the vital organs of the urinary system. We're talking about diagnosing and treating some incredibly complex diseases affecting the bladder, the kidneys, the whole system down there. It's a field that literally demands immense precision, deep anatomical knowledge, and a total commitment to improving a patient's quality of life in some very fundamental ways. So before we look at the educational roadmap and all the technical hoops you have to jump through, I gotta ask you directly, do you have the right DNA for this demanding role? I mean, medical school is tough enough on its own, but surgical specialties, they require a very specific mindset. Take a look at these foundational personality traits. First off, obviously, you have to like science. But, it goes way deeper than that. You need this intense, almost obsessive attention to detail while working. In urology, a single millimeter can make a massive difference. And finally, you have to genuinely enjoy solving problems and navigating tricky situations. Basically, if you're the kind of person who loves science and obsesses over tiny details to solve complex puzzles, you might already be on the right track here. And these foundational traits, they don't just exist in a vacuum. They sit right alongside the rigorous anatomy you're going to study, and, crucially, the highly structured educational pathways and the costs you'll have to navigate. It's a holistic picture of what you're actually signing up for. You're bringing your natural problem-solving skills into a highly structured, scientifically rigorous environment. Which brings us to Section 1, the trials. We're talking educational pathway and costs. So the crucial takeaway here is that this is a multi-stage marathon. You definitely don't just wake up one morning as a urologist. Step 1 kicks off back in high school. You've got to complete your 10+2 in the science stream, specifically hitting physics, chemistry, and biology. Then you step up to Step 2, which is earning your Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, the MBBS degree. But guess what? You're still not done. Step 3 is where the real specialization happens. You've got to complete a master's degree, an MS, and then follow that up with an MSc degree, which is literally the absolute highest surgical specialization in urology. We are talking years of serious dedication. Oh, and you can't just sign up for these degrees. You don't need to prove yourself by clearing some incredibly rigorous entrance exams along the way. We're talking about highly competitive, national standardized testing, like the NEET exams for undergrad and postgrad, or the AIPGT. These exams, they are the absolute gatekeepers to your career, demanding months, if not years, of intense, grueling preparation. Okay, brace yourself, because here is the sticker shock. This number right here represents the estimated upper limit for your course fees. The full journey can range from about 1 lakh rupees on the very low end, soaring all the way up to a staggering 1.8 crore rupees depending on the institute you choose. Yeah, I know, that number looks absolutely intimidating. But don't panic just yet. Let's move on to Section 2, the lifeline, funding your medical degree. Thankfully, there's a vast array of government portals and state schemes designed specifically to ease this financial burden. On one side, you have the National Scholarship Portal covering central schemes, plus all sorts of institute-specific merit scholarships. On the loan side, there's the Vidya Lakshmi portal developed under the Ministry of Finance. And actually, some states, like West Bengal, Odisha, and Bihar, even offer dedicated student credit cards with super low interest rates. Plus, almost all banks offer specialized education loans. The funding is absolutely there if you just know where to look. You also have some incredible options for where to actually study, which obviously plays a massive role in both the cost and the prestige of your education. You can aim for top-tier government institutes like AIIMS across cities like New Delhi, Bhopal, and Rishikesh, or maybe the Kolkata National Medical College. Or alternatively, there are prestigious private colleges like Christian Medical College in Vellore or Kasturba Medical College in Manipal. There's even a distance learning option via IGNO for certain foundational, non-clinical elements. Essentially, your path can be completely tailored to your location and your financial situation. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Section 3, the reward. We're looking at your future work environment and wealth. First up, you might want to say goodbye to some of your weekends because overtime is super common in this field. The standard expectation is about an 8 to 9 hour workday, spanning 5 to 6 days a week, often with shift duties. But on the bright side, you'll have incredible flexibility in where you actually practice. You could work in government or private hospitals, join NGOs, or, my personal favorite, embrace entrepreneurship and set up your very own private clinic. Interestingly, the source material also wonderfully notes that there are great opportunities for differently abled individuals in this field as well, which is fantastic. And that heavy workload? Well, it is offset by some truly incredible earning potential. While you might start out around 63,000 rupees a month as you establish yourself, your income has the potential to climb to over 6.3 lakh rupees per month. I mean, that represents immense financial stability and a pretty fantastic return on all that investment you made in your education. Now let's talk about climbing the ladder. Section 4, Upward Trajectory, Your Career Growth Path. Just look at how beautifully this builds. You start on the ground floor as an intern, right? Getting your hands dirty, learning the ropes. Then you bump up to junior doctor. And eventually, you earn that official title of urologist. But you don't have to stop there. You can progress to senior urologist, take on major leadership roles as the head of the urology department. And finally, you could literally be calling the shots for an entire facility as a medical director or superintendent. The ceiling here is incredibly high. When you put all of this together, the sheer volume of opportunities waiting for you across India is just immense. From the government and private institutes where you train, to the wildly diverse places you can practice, you have a clear, distinct roadmap pointing straight up to medical director. It's the complete package. Finally, let's talk about impact. Section 5, The Trailblazer, Leaving a Legacy. I want to leave you with this deeply inspiring example from the field. Meet Dr. Elizabeth Pickett. She became the very first female general surgeon to complete a fellowship in urological oncology, all the way back in 1955 under Dr. Willett Whitmore at Memorial Sloan Kettering. She worked so arduously to earn respect in what was, at the time, a heavily male-dominated society and profession. She eventually became board-certified in urology in 1962. She, like so many other pioneers, completely opened doors for countless others, proving that passion and relentless dedication can break through literally any barrier. So you've seen the decade of grueling trials, the massive financial investments, and the incredible, life-changing rewards. At the end of the day, becoming a urologist means holding someone's quality of life directly in your hands. So my question to you is this. Is that immense responsibility a burden you'd run from? Or is it a calling you're ready to answer? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.